Imagine you are trying to pull away from a stop sign and your transmission feels like it is stuck in a thick bog, or maybe it violently bangs into gear so hard it feels like you just got rear-ended by a ghost. This terrifying change in shift quality is exactly what happens when your computer throws the code P2821, which points to a low voltage condition in the transmission fluid pressure sensor or switch C circuit. If you are driving a Chevy, a Honda, or a Nissan, your automatic transmission relies on these pressure sensors to tell the powertrain control module exactly what is happening inside the hydraulic maze of the valve body. These sensors take the physical force of the transmission fluid and translate it into an analog electrical signal, so the computer knows when a shift is happening and how much pressure to apply to the internal clutches. When the signal for circuit C drops abnormally low, the computer loses its eyes inside the gearbox and usually forces the transmission into a protective limp mode, which is why your car might feel like it is starting off in second or third gear. This is categorized as an electrical circuit issue, but you cannot rule out mechanical problems like internal leaks or a stuck valve deep inside the transmission. The absolute first thing you should do is check for any other power-related codes, because a weak battery or a failing alternator can send ripples through the electrical system that fake a sensor fault. If the battery is healthy, you need to crawl under there and locate the transmission connector. Since these plugs live near the bottom of the car, they are prime targets for water intrusion and road grime. Disconnect the plug and look for a green tint on the metal pins, which is a sure sign of corrosion eating away at your signal. Clean it thoroughly with a plastic bristle brush and some contact cleaner before snapping it back together. If the code persists, you will need your digital multimeter to check the reference voltage from the computer, which should usually be 5 volts or 12 volts depending on your specific manufacturer. A great trick is to perform a wiggle test on the harness while watching your voltmeter. If the numbers jump around, you have a broken wire hiding inside the insulation. If the wiring and power are perfect, the sensor itself has likely shorted out internally. Just be aware that on many vehicles, this sensor is bolted to the valve body, which means you will have to drop the transmission pan and get a bit messy to swap it out. It is a bit of a job, but catching a faulty pressure switch early is way better than letting your internal clutches burn up from improper hydraulic pressure, which would turn a simple sensor fix into a multi-$1,000 rebuild.